A dry leaf crackles under a heavy paw. In a sun-dappled clearing, a group of sambar deer grazes, oblivious to the silent watcher. Suddenly, an orange blur erupts from behind dense foliage. A Bengal tiger, muscles rippling beneath its striped coat, lunges at lightning speed. One deer darts away, but the tiger's jaws catch another in a swift, final strike. What makes this cat so deadly in the thick Indian jungles? Today, we reveal the secrets of the Bengal tiger's reign. Hunting strategies. Bengal tigers rely on stealth and patience to claim their prey, typically using thick undergrowth or tall grass as cover. Their padded paws enable near-silent movement, and their striped coats help them blend into shifting light. In addition to ambushing on land, they capitalize on strong night vision and a refined sense of smell, hunting effectively at dawn, dusk, or after dark. Wide paws distribute their weight in soft soil, further enhancing stealth and minimizing telltale signs for wary prey. In some regions, these tigers adapt to hunting near water, sometimes wading into rivers or streams to snatch fish. This opportunistic approach can involve using their large paws to bat prey onto shore or submerging their heads to grab an unwary target. Such versatility allows them to expand their menu beyond typical land-based prey. While most hunts rely on ambush and short sprints, tigers may also engage in brief chases if a startled animal flees the initial assault. Although Bengal tigers generally hunt alone, there are rare observations of temporary cooperation. A mother and her nearly grown cubs might work in loose coordination, using low growls or subtle body language to avoid spoiling each other's ambush. These short-term alliances can increase success when facing especially tough or agile prey. Yet, their solitary nature remains the norm, reflecting an evolutionary path where personal stealth and skill have proven highly effective in India's diverse habitats. Physical strengths. Bengal tigers are renowned for combining raw power with speed and agility. They can sprint at bursts of up to 40 miles per hour, closing in quickly on unsuspecting prey, and leap distances exceeding 20 feet. Males can weigh as much as 570 pounds, allowing them to overpower animals several times their size. This formidable blend of size and quickness sets them apart from other big cats. Their muscular forelimbs, complete with retractable claws, enable them to grip and drag prey with ease. A Bengal tiger's bite force, while varied in estimates, is known to be sufficient to crack bone or deliver a fatal hold during a well-timed pounce. Beyond raw strength, they also demonstrate moderate endurance, patrolling territories that include steep terrain, dense forests, and water bodies. This stamina lets them hunt consistently, even under the scorching sun or through torrential monsoon rains. Thick striped fur provides more than camouflage. It helps regulate body temperature across changing seasons. The coat traps warm air during cool nights, and the tiger can cool down by resting in water or shaded areas when daytime heat spikes. This thermoregulatory advantage ensures peak performance in varying climates. Altogether, Bengal tigers stand as a model of powerful limbs, explosive speed, and adaptive insulation, traits that sustain their predatory edge year-round. Social structure. Bengal tigers are primarily solitary, with each adult establishing its own territory to secure prey and shelter. Males often claim larger areas, which can overlap with the smaller territories of multiple females. This arrangement reduces conflict while allowing the male to access potential mates. Tigers track one another through scent markings and distant roars, minimizing direct confrontations that could result in injury to both sides. Within these territories, communication is critical. Roars can be heard from up to 2 miles away, signaling dominance or territorial claims. Softer vocalizations, like chuffs, convey friendly or non-threatening intent. Tigers also leave urine markers and scratch trees as signposts of ownership, broadcasting their reproductive status or readiness to challenge intruders. By exchanging these chemical and auditory signals, they orchestrate a mostly conflict-free coexistence in shared habitats. Some adult Bengal tigers display a surprising tolerance for older offspring or occasional visitors. When resources are plentiful, like a deer migration in a shared corridor, two tigers might rest in proximity without outright hostilities. They may exchange low growls or brief chuffs, signaling neutrality rather than aggression. This calm acceptance is far from a social bond, yet highlights their ability to avoid wasteful fights. Such fleeting truces reveal a quiet complexity beyond their usual solitary lives. Habitat and range. Bengal tigers inhabit subtropical and tropical regions throughout India, Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh, thriving in places like the Sundarbans mangrove forests and India's national parks. Their adaptable nature allows them to occupy varied environments: dense rainforests, swampy lowlands, or drier deciduous woodlands, provided that cover, water, and sufficient prey are present. Such ecological flexibility has been central to their persistence across the Indian subcontinent. Male territories can measure up to 60 square miles, though size fluctuates depending on prey availability. Females hold smaller but well-defended areas, often chosen for abundant game and safe denning spots for cubs. Corridors like riverbanks and forest trails connect these territories, enabling tigers to locate mates, reach feeding grounds, or seek new habitats if resources become scarce. This network of habitat links is vital for gene flow among populations. Human encroachment poses a constant challenge, fragmenting forests and forcing tigers into isolated pockets. Roads, farmland, and villages often hem in these last wildernesses. In response, some tigers adapt by traveling through marginal areas at night or sticking to densely vegetated riparian zones. Conservation strategies aim to safeguard large connected tracts of forest and create buffer zones where humans and tigers can coexist with minimal conflict, giving these apex predators space to roam freely. We've seen how Bengal tigers conquer their territories, but here's something surprising. A few have been documented prowling Himalayan foothills at altitudes above 10,000 feet. That's far beyond the usual jungle habitat we picture. It's just one sign of their adaptability. Stay tuned for more, including unexpected truths that aren't widely known. Diet and feeding habits. A Bengal tiger's menu consists mostly of large ungulates like deer and wild pigs, but it will also target smaller animals or fish if the opportunity arises. Although they're ambush specialists, some tigers do not shy away from water. They may wade in or lurk near stream banks, opportunistically catching fish. This resourceful approach means they can survive in many different landscapes, a trait that has helped them endure habitat changes. When a tiger does catch a large meal, it can consume up to 90 pounds of meat in a single feast, then go without food for several days. In lean times, they rely on fat reserves, which help them endure until the next successful kill. This feast or famine pattern typifies big cats living in ecosystems where prey abundance can fluctuate dramatically based on season and weather. Their digestive system is optimized for raw flesh and bone, with highly acidic stomach juices that break down tough materials. Enzymes efficiently extract nutrients from protein and fat, powering their muscular frames. Such specialization keeps them fit for ambush hunting, where sudden bursts of speed and power are crucial. By maximizing every meal, Bengal tigers maintain the energy needed to patrol territories, stake claims, and wait patiently for the next unsuspecting quarry. Reproduction and life cycle. Bengal tigers mate throughout the year, though breeding peaks often align with prey availability or climate cycles. Males detect a receptive female by following scent marks and vocal cues, sometimes traveling long distances to locate her. If two males converge, they may roar and posture to assess dominance. Physical fights can happen, but tigers generally weigh the risk of injury carefully, preferring intimidation over outright violence when possible. After pairing, they remain together for several days, mating multiple times to ensure successful conception. The female's gestation lasts roughly 3.5 months, after which she seeks a secluded den to deliver 2 to 4 cubs, each weighing only 2 to 3 pounds. Born blind and helpless, Cubs depend on their mother's milk for nourishment. She is fiercely protective, guarding them from threats that range from male tigers to opportunistic predators like leopards or wild dogs. Over the course of 2 years, the cubs learn essential survival skills from their mother, honing the stealth and power needed for hunts. Once they approach maturity, they disperse to carve out territories of their own, continuing the cycle that has sustained tiger populations for millennia. With successful hunts and avoidance of major conflicts, a Bengal tiger might live 10 to 15 years in the wild, though various factors, habitat quality, disease, or poaching, can shorten that span considerably. Evolutionary history. Bengal tigers trace their origins to ancient lineages within the genus Panthera. Early tigers likely roamed Southeast Asia over 2 million years ago, gradually spreading north and west as climates and land bridges shifted. During these expansions, isolation events molded distinct subspecies. Fossil evidence suggests that millennia ago, tigers ranged across regions now separated by mountain chains or deserts, explaining why Bengal tigers share traits with distant relatives like the Siberian tiger. The Bengal tiger's unique combination of robust build and distinctive striped coat reflects adaptation to Indian forests and grasslands. Dense vegetation favored camouflage, while large, ungulate prey drove the evolution of powerful limbs and jaws. Genetic studies confirm that all tigers share a close ancestry, but local conditions sculpt each subspecies' traits, including size, fur thickness, and behavioral nuances. These adjustments underscore the tiger's remarkable plasticity over geological timescales. An ongoing coevolution with prey species has also shaped Bengal tigers. Deer and wild pigs that survive repeated encounters with tigers develop sharper senses or more agile movement, driving a cycle of adaptation for both predator and prey. This interplay has knitted tigers into the very fabric of their ecosystems, influencing the development of everything from flight responses in herbivores to the growth patterns of plants that feed those herbivores. Such interconnectedness stands as a testament to nature's intricate design. Role in the ecosystem. Bengal tigers are apex predators, controlling populations of deer, wild pigs, and other large herbivores. By removing weaker or sick individuals, they maintain healthier herds, preventing overbrowsing that can degrade habitats. When tigers flourish, it often means an ecosystem is robust, with sufficient plant cover, diverse prey, and functioning food chains. These ripple effects extend across countless species that benefit from balanced herbivore numbers. Tigers also shape prey behavior through a landscape of fear. Knowing a tiger could be anywhere, herbivores avoid lingering too long in one spot, constantly moving to safer zones. This restless grazing spreads out foraging pressure, preventing any single patch of vegetation from being overbrowsed. As herds rotate across the land, various plant species get the chance to recover, promoting diverse growth. In this way, tigers indirectly help maintain a healthy mosaic of habitats. In regions where farmland borders forest, tigers can deter some herbivores from raiding crops, limiting conflict between wildlife and people. Conversely, when tiger ranges shrink or become fragmented, overpopulated deer or wild boar can destroy vegetation, ultimately harming biodiversity. By simply existing at healthy numbers, tigers shape the land's trajectory and help maintain the natural checks and balances needed for Indian jungles, wetlands, and grasslands to thrive. Threats and conservation status. Although adult Bengal tigers rarely face natural threats, cubs are vulnerable to leopards, snakes, or other large predators if left alone. Human impact remains the most significant challenge. Habitat loss through agriculture, infrastructure, and urban expansion confines tigers to ever smaller enclaves. Poaching also continues, driven by a lucrative black market for skins and body parts used in some traditional medicines. These pressures significantly reduce tiger numbers and disrupt breeding cycles. In response, countries like India have established tiger reserves, enforced anti-poaching laws, and invested in community awareness programs. Initiatives such as Project Tiger protect vital corridors that connect forest patches, allowing genetic flow between otherwise isolated groups. Technologies like camera traps and satellite tracking help officials monitor individual tigers, identifying threats in real time. While these efforts have led to some population rebounds, much remains to be done. The Bengal tiger is still listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List, with global estimates hovering around 3,000 individuals in the wild. Encouragingly, certain protected areas have seen tigers increase in recent years, signaling the success of habitat protection and heightened law enforcement. Yet long-term survival hinges on continued vigilance, sustainable development, and regional cooperation. Every step that defends forests and tackles poaching brings this iconic predator closer to a secure future. Myths and cultural significance. Across South Asia, Bengal tigers stand as revered yet intimidating figures in folklore. In Indian epics, they are champions of strength and guardians of the forest, while local legends often depict them as vengeful spirits if disturbed. These stories reflect the complex relationship between humans and tigers, blending respect, fear, and awe. They also underline how deeply ingrained tigers are in cultural identity, shaping traditions and rituals passed through generations. In more contemporary times, tigers represent valor and national pride. Depictions in art, film, and literature highlight their graceful power. From famous documentaries showcasing hunts through dense jungles to fictional tales of human-tiger encounters, pop culture keeps them firmly in the public eye. This visibility draws global attention to conservation issues, mobilizing international support for projects that secure wild tiger habitats. Modern media continues to elevate Bengal tigers, featuring them in documentaries and blockbuster films that showcase their raw power. International streaming platforms highlight real footage of tigers hunting or rearing cubs, drawing global audiences into the drama of India's jungles. Even fictional works, like adaptations of classic stories or new action thrillers, often use tigers as symbols of untamed majesty. These contemporary portrayals spark renewed interest in tiger conservation, merging cultural reverence with modern cinematic storytelling. Unique and interesting facts. An intriguing detail is how Bengal tigers sometimes develop rare white or golden color morphs, though they remain genetically similar to their orange-coated kin. White tigers, for instance, are not separate subspecies, but result from a recessive gene affecting fur pigmentation. They feature striking black stripes against creamy white fur, an appearance that has mesmerized people for centuries. Though rarer in the wild, these color variations demonstrate the genetic variety hidden within tiger populations, reflecting nature's endless capacity for surprise. Bengal tigers boast some of the heaviest documented individuals among all tiger subspecies. Though Siberian tigers typically hold the record for overall size, certain Bengal tigers have approached or even exceeded 700 pounds. They're also strong swimmers, known to cross rivers several miles wide. This aquatic inclination helps them access wetlands, hunt fish, or cool off in humid tropical weather, far from the myth that cats avoid water. Lastly, Bengal tigers feature distinct stripes, each pattern functioning like a unique fingerprint. Certain individuals exhibit a mark on the forehead resembling the Chinese character for king, reinforcing their regal image in Asian culture. Researchers rely on photographic captures of stripe patterns to track movements, estimate populations, and study family lineages. This personal signature in black and orange not only helps them stalk prey, but also cements their storied place in human imagination. The Bengal tiger roams its forest domain with a fierce blend of strength and silence, shaped by countless generations of evolution. Yet the world around it is changing fast, raising questions about how these striped hunters will endure modern pressures. One thing is certain, their future hinges on our respect for the wild places they call home. But our expedition isn't over. Next, we plunge beneath the waves to discover the tiger shark, a marine predator sharing the tiger's name, but prowling a realm of salt and currents. How does this ocean hunter stack up against its land-based counterpart? Stay tuned, you won't want to miss it.